The market's uncertain, revenue's tight, and hiring on hold. That's why results-driven companies are using Upwork to keep work moving. Go to Upwork.com today and start hiring proven freelance talent fast. No bulky overhead. No rigid long-term contracts. Just the right expert right when you need them. Work smarter and faster with Upwork. Go to Upwork.com now and find your freelance expert. That's UPWORK.com. Post a job for free and get started today.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
The market's uncertain, revenue's tight, and hiring on hold. That's why results-driven companies are using Upwork to keep work moving. Go to Upwork.com today and start hiring proven freelance talent fast. No bulky overhead. No rigid long-term contracts. Just the right expert right when you need them. Work smarter and faster with Upwork. Go to Upwork.com now and find your freelance expert. That's UPWORK.com. Post a job for free and get started today.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to day 1 of 31 Days of Terror. We've decided to do it this year. Now, Toby won't be on all of the episodes, but you'll get me for an episode every day up until Halloween. Before I start with the first story, I just want to give a bit of information. Now, if you're not familiar with Reddit is like a forum where people share information about all sorts of things. Now, this particular story is taken from the No Sleep forum, and it's called No Sleep. I'm saying that because it mentions it in the story, and I want to make sure that everybody understands what is going on. So that being said, are you ready for the first story? Something evil is living on No Sleep, and it's watching you. It's watching everyone on this subreddit. This is the price we pay for tempting fate. We should never have posted our experiences. Some stories should be left alone. We could have simply been glad to survive these terrible things, rather than flocking to No Sleep in an eager rush to gloat of our triumphs. We toyed with forces beyond our understanding, and this is our comeuppance. Think about it. Think about what we've done. We've posted about ghastly ghouls and abominable apparitions. We've bragged of our narrow victories against unfathomably powerful forces. We've even, on occasion, made jokes in comment sections. I'm not judging you. I'm the same. Comedy is the soothing bandage for the chasms of horror that traumatic events can open in our souls. Still, evil doesn't care about that. Don't fool yourself into thinking that readers might avoid this reckoning. Even the lurkers and non-voters have contributed to the thriving nature of this dark and twisted place. You've caught the eye of something truly insidious. It was only a matter of time until a very bad thing would find No Sleep and turn it into a computerized, haunted house. Perhaps I should explain what I've discovered. I have read the experiences of so many people on this subreddit. I've gleefully soaked up their tales of true horror, and it's become a sly addiction. In fact, I think I first noticed something unsettling because I obsessively pore over the finer details of everything I experience on No Sleep. I've seen things that have been there 1 second and disappeared the next. The early events were things that seemed like glitches with Reddit. The name of No Sleep changed to Sleep, but clicking on that link didn't take me the entirely separate subreddit of that name. It took me to a solitary Google image of a stick figure sleeping on a mattress. I messaged countless people, searched Google, and even submitted reports of what I'd experienced. Nobody else had the same name of the subreddit change, or found the picture of the sleeping stick man. Nobody had hacked the No Sleep subreddit. There had been no glitch for anyone else. I thought, perhaps, that I had accidentally left the official Reddit site and ended up on a fake version of No Sleep. I couldn't really think of any other explanation. The true terror began when events defied any form of reason. I was reading one of many No Sleep posts on rules for dealing with certain unnatural beings. When I looked at the comments section, I saw something that unnerved me. I was disconcerted, yet again, by what seemed to be a glitch. The comment had no username listed above it. Rule 11. It's unkind to joyfully read true horror. Sticks and stones will break your bones. There was an almighty sound of smashing glass in my room. Soul vacating my body for a brief moment. I twisted my desk chair around to face numerous shards that were scattered across my carpet. In the centre of the wreckage was a small stone that had seemingly been hurled at my window, breaking it. I sprung to my feet and peered through the now glassless frame. There was something on the other side of the road. I don't think I'll ever be able to scrub that haunting image from my mind. Wedged between two hedges, slightly illuminated by the dim glow of a nearby lamppost, I was watched by a shadowy figure. Its form was emaciated and blackened. Upon closer inspection, I realised that it wasn't a person. It was a stick figure. I screamed, tearing my curtains closed. Shuddering, I sat beneath the empty window frame with my back against the wall. I remained that way for the next 7 hours. I didn't sleep, unless it counts as rest, to persistently daydream of a lurking stick man. It turned out that he wasn't a figment of my imagination. It was quite clear, even before learning of Rule 11, that the watchful stick figure only harboured sinister intentions. In class, I struggled to listen to my teacher. During breaks, I struggled to engage in conversations with my friends. My head was elsewhere. And I know this might sound foolish, given the warning it had sent to me. I was obsessed with the concept of this horrifying spectre. I'd become the very definition of morbidly curious. I browsed No Sleep, looking for clues. The Rule 11 comment had vanished without a trace. I tirelessly read posts, searched for edited descriptions or images, and even scoured comment sections for anything untoward. I found nothing. That didn't put me at ease, however. It only worsened my fear. At least the stick figure hadn't seemed so threatening as a static, pixelated image on my screen. On the other hand, in real life, the crooked figure had been the most terrifying thing I'd ever seen. Why me? I wondered. I sent out requests for help from people who had endured unexplainable supernatural experiences. Somebody by the name of Archie Bolton replied, "This has the hallmarks of Grey Code, a programming language that connects occult things to the digital world." After receiving your initial message about the mattress image, I started to notice similar things on No Sleep. Strange comments appeared from a poster with no username. The site description read, "I'm watching you, Archie. No sleep for you." That makes me unhappy. And I saw 2 long, shadowy lines stretch towards me from the darkness of my bedroom. They looked like arms, stick arms. His reply was one of many messages I received. People purported to experience similar things. After reading this post, you might notice strange things too. I think once it's been pointed out, it's hard to unnotice the malevolent thing that is observing us. After overcoming the initial shock and terror of being watched by a being that couldn't be explained by science, I decided to take a different approach towards this phantom. Moronic. When I saw my wardrobe door swing open in the middle of the night, I strode confidently towards it. "What do you want?" I cried. From the void of the open wardrobe, which was only a foot in front of me, 2 gangly stick arms protruded. They lifted me into the air, feeling like a pair of blunt knives digging into my shoulder blades. "All who use No Sleep shall die of exhaustion," it whispered. "They will lose the ability to sleep." I didn't understand what the entity was saying. I think I was struggling to understand anything. I was entirely transfixed by the petrifying nothingness before me. I couldn't distinguish anything of the stick figure, other than the pitch-black limbs that it was employing to hoist me off the carpet. "None of you should be on No Sleep," it snarled, icily. "It's my home. Leave." I howled in agony at a searing pain that suddenly emanated from the stick arms which were digging into my shoulders. I looked down at my body, which was barely visible in the streetlight pouring through my still broken bedroom window. The flesh of my arms was changing. In utter horror, I realised they were starting to transform into the same pen-drawn stick arms as the creature in front of me. It was morphing me. As I screeched in fear, the stick figure dropped me to the ground with an almighty thud. "Everyone has a choice," it hissed. "Leave No Sleep or join my realm." The wardrobe door creaked shut. I lay on the carpet, considering my options. Initially, I was too frightened to return to this subreddit, in all honesty, but I felt I owed it to you. My arms had mostly returned to normal, but they won't fully heal. There's still a rigid, stick-like quality to them. Even though my flesh has returned, I can barely type, but I'm soldering onwards. I need to submit this post. Now, the more that time goes on, the more this story just sits in my head. I don't know why. It's obviously very well written, but there's just something very spooky. I guess it's because this thing could creep into my life, you know? There's a possibility there. I'm guessing that's what's freaking me out a bit. Are you ready for the second story? creepy experience while playing hide and seek in the woods at night. Alright, so this happened about 8 months ago. My family, me and my friend were all on vacation in Concan, Texas. We rented an Airbnb to stay at for the week. It was a nice house with the backyard having a little green belt stroke forest to the left. My friend and I would play hide and seek out there for fun because of how many good spots there were. When it started to get dark, he wanted to continue playing, so we did. Nothing strange happened. For the next 2 days, my whole family and me and him go out and have fun, fishing and hiking. On about the 3rd day of staying at the house, we get back about 6 to 7 p.m. And by then, the sun is kind of starting to set. So we go out and play hide and seek in the dark in the woods. At the back of the house, there's a back door that leads out to a little patio with a roof and walls with window screens. Basically just a small room. And once you walk out of the room, the entire backyard is just grass with a fire pit in the middle. If you were to turn left, there's the forest. In the far left corner of the yard, there was a path that led through the woods, and that's where we would go through to play. Also, there was a small shed on the left side of the house, right by the tree line of the woods. Keep in mind, it was now about 8 p.m. because of how long we were playing for, so by now it's super dark. The only light was the moon, the flashlight on my phone, and the small light on the patio, which can barely be seen once you're in the woods. We've been playing for almost an hour, and it's my turn to find him. This is a pretty important part to know. My friend hid right next to the shed, which is right next to the tree line. So he wasn't really hiding in the forest, but I obviously didn't know that at the time. So as I'm walking straight through the forest, the path didn't really have any turns. I decide to start recording on my phone and start to kind of give up looking for him for about 2 minutes. So I call his name, Javi. It's silent for about 3 seconds, when out of nowhere, I hear some high-pitched screech from about 40 feet away, a little bit to my right. At first I thought it was him, so I started walking towards the sound, waiting for him to jump out at me. I was about in the middle of the woods, and the noise 100% came from in front of me, not behind me, where my friend was hiding by the shed. So whatever made that noise wasn't him. After a few seconds, I say his name again. Javi. The same noise again, but in a higher pitch. I try and laugh it off, freaked out, so I yell his name once again, and whatever was making the noise responds with a howling type of noise, but it sounded closer to me. I immediately sprint out of there, sounding like a little nerd while running. Bro, stop this, it isn't funny. When I get back to the backyard, I shine my flashlight near the shed, because he was breaking sticks, and then he jumps out to scare me. I asked him if it was him making the noise, and if he had heard it too, and he replied saying, "I thought it was you." Sure, it could have been my friend, but I still don't think so. I've attached the video in the comments. Let me know what you think. Now that's the last thing you want to hear when you're playing hide and seek in the dark, isn't it? I know that Toby, when he was younger, and George actually, they used to play manhunt in the dark. They'd all go down the park and play manhunt. I'm not really quite sure what involved, but I think it was pretty much the same. They'd all hunt for you. But to hear a scream or noises, I'm not up for it at all. Are you ready for the third and final story? I've encountered the black-eyed children. I believe I've encountered the black-eyed children over a decade ago in rural Appalachia. This has always low-key disturbed me. Keeping in touch to this day, we've never brought it up again. We were at a local state park sort of place at between 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. I remember we were parked alongside the woods and some picnic tables. It was pretty desolate. We were technically trespassing, 17-year-old female and 17-year-old male at the time. And what we were doing there, you can leave to your imagination. As our curfews were approaching and we were finishing up our time together, we experienced a very ominous feeling. He was in the driver's seat, preparing to start the car and pull off. The car doesn't start. We sort of laughed it off, as it wasn't the first time, and talked. Suddenly to the right, passenger side where I was sitting, we see faint lights coming out of the woods. The ominous feeling intensified. Emerging from the woods, there are 4 to 5 children, younger than us, like appearing to be 7 to 11 years old. I'm not going to claim they have black eyes. It was dark, and I don't remember, as I was pretty shook. I didn't read about the black-eyed children lore/phenomena until years later, which described everything else that we had experienced. All I can say is they were not normal. They didn't belong. The cabins at the park were not occupied. They weren't even rented out, as it was autumn/winter. We were miles from the park's hotel. There were no adults. They were absolutely out of place. What were the lights? I don't know, but the closest thing I can compare them to are glow sticks. As if they had opened a package of those novelty glow sticks that include bracelets, necklaces, or wands. But it wasn't like they were having fun or goofing off. They just stopped, stood there, and stared at us. He tried asking what they were doing, if they were lost, where are their parents? No response. The oldest-looking male child, a bit heavy-set with a grey hoodie on, approached the vehicle just in the front where the passenger headlight/corner would be. My friend started really freaking out at this moment. He locked the doors and was like, hell no, we gotta go. Eventually, the car starts. The children don't move, and the kids stay put in front of the car. My friend eventually yells to the kid, I'm gonna run you over. The boy slowly backs away, raises his arm, and points at us as we're leaving. I didn't look back. I am absolutely not making this up. To my recollection, this is a true story.
The market's uncertain, revenue's tight, and hiring on hold. That's why results-driven companies are using Upwork to keep work moving. Go to Upwork.com today and start hiring proven freelance talent fast. No bulky overhead. No rigid long-term contracts. Just the right expert right when you need them. Work smarter and faster with Upwork. Go to Upwork.com now and find your freelance expert. That's UPWORK.com. Post a job for free and get started today.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out Zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now, if you've been listening for a while, you'll know how much I love black-eyed kid stories because they freak me to the core. I think they're great. I really do. They're like a standalone paranormal thing. And I love them. When I first heard about black-eyed kids, it really, really gave me the chills. So it's great to add this one to the catalogue. Well, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we will catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.